Alright guys, this is another good one for you. So this Alliance War, I'll be taking lane 9 and I have 3 different ladies with me. Pimp. So this time I brought in Captain Marvel to showcase what she can do on Hazard Shift. I really like her for that lane or that node in specific, because with Hazard Shift, the opponent can put an incinerate or poison debuff on you. Now, if you know how to play Captain Marvel, you know that the incinerate actually helps her with her binary form. Right there, as you can see, I went up to 15 just by hitting him once, and I got clipped there. So he has the poison on him now, so I could attack him as normal because she's immune to poison. And it will be another 7 seconds before this incinerate comes back. So in that time, I could actually take some block damage to build up binary, or I could wait until the incinerate comes on like it did her and hit him. There goes the SP2 with about 20k plus damage, and finish the fight off with a heavy. So with that note, basically she's one of my best attackers for it. I really enjoy playing her. The only downside is you have to rely on those heavies to keep the binary up, but it all works out. The next fight is gonna be against Stealth Spidey. I have the same Hazard Shift node, so I'm gonna use Cap Marvel because right now she's at 23, so basically the binary will be there as soon as it starts fight. With Stealthy, you just want to watch out for those evades and let go of that heavy and counter him when he loses his evade. There, as you could see, I went in little cheeky there. Counter him there. Try to make his evade go, but it didn't. So I'm just relying on those parries. That was an 11k heavy attack. There, I let his evade go again. Try to push him in the corner and let go of another SP2. As you can see, I'm already running out of binary, and he's not going down easily because the node also has a resistor on it, which means if I perform let's say a physical attack, Spidey gets a corresponding physical resistance. If I perform a physical, and what's the other one? Energy attack, he will have a correspondent to that as well, which is resistance to energy attacks. So basically that fight is kind of like, it's going to be a little tricky because of the resistor, but if you just keep at it and fight him or know how to fight him, it'll be an easy one. So the next fight would be Cold Turkey, buff imbalance. So basically there's nothing to worry about on this node really. If you just quake whoever they place on that node, you'll be fine, because there's really nothing special about Cold Turkey, I should say, when it comes to quake. The buff imbalance isn't really much to worry about as well. So basically I'm just gonna quake Nick Fury, and I think I'm just gonna speed this up because everybody knows Nick Fury is a long fight. I think Cold Turkey, if I remember correctly, it's if I purify a debuff, he gets some percentage of power, but Quick doesn't purify any debuffs. So in this case, this is actually very good for me. It's kind of a mismatch, especially with having Quick go against Nick Fury. So you have to be very careful with those type of matchups. You gotta be very good with Quick, just so you know you don't miss and then get hit by Nick Fury, because that will be a game over for you. I got a power lock there because I hit him with the heavy, but that's fine. It's not like I will need it anyways. The only thing about Nick Fury as well is when he gets to his second stage, the concussions don't last as long as you may think, like when he actually gets stunned. So they come on, they go off, they come on, they go off. And when he gets down to 1% like now, it takes a bit longer for you to get him down. I've realized that a million times. Like, as you can see, he's at 1% and it's taking quite some time. So that fight was in the bag. The next fight, I think, I was told to wait as backup. So as backup, my alliance mate, or the guy on my team, or whatever you want to call whoever's your team member. I don't know where I get this alliance mate shit from. It's just so annoying every time I say it. Every time I say it, I don't know, I think of another YouTuber like, yo, why the hell am I saying this? But anyways, he got stuck on Modok, so I just came in with Quake and do what I do best. Modok is one of the reasons I actually learned how to use Quake. The reason being is when Kabam came out with the Siphon node, I died on Modok in one season about 7 times. 7 times. It wasn't 7 times in the season, which is a lot. And he was my guy that I was afraid of constantly. Like, I really didn't like him. And then I pulled Quick, and then I decided to learn to use her. And it wasn't long before I learned to use her. So I would say about when I pulled her a few months ago, I decided to use her, and then I realized that she's basically the answer to everything. So it takes some time learning her. I wouldn't say I learned her in a day, probably 2-3 days. Yes, but that's because I was constantly at it, like hours upon end. So it's gonna take a while before you really get good at her. And how I did it was, I basically played her constantly, died constantly, and then I started counting. So when I Quake, I count. So I basically have an idea of what combos will be coming next. And that's how I learned her. But everybody has a different way of learning her. So you just find whatever works for you and take it from there. As you can see, I let go of the SP2 to finish Modok off because I gain power every time the defender gets a unique buff or debuff. So I decided to go to the left on this map because somebody took Black Widow Clairvoyant with Ghost and didn't make it out, because I don't think it was because of rage why he lost, but there wasn't anything special about the node there. Maybe it is because of rage he lost, but I don't know, I didn't ask. But there isn't anything special about the node because I'm going to be using Gilly on rage, and I don't have the 100 combo because I was backup, so usually I'll get it in the second stage. Wow, I got parried there after an SP1. That was really quick. So there was nothing special really, so I'm just taking the fight slow. I have a lot of time, so I'm just going to attack with Gilly as normal and try to hit as many SP2s as I possibly can. Evade most of her SP1s or SP2s. The thing is, you try not to be close to her when she let go of that SP2, because the last hit of the SP2, it will take out a little bit of health, and you want to save every bit of health as you possibly can. Now, the only reason I'm using Gilly here is because just in case my team members would like help with the boss, at least I have Gilly with 100 hits ready to go, and I know she's gonna be low at the end of this fight, about 10% health. But the good thing is about when you fight the boss, you could get your health back easily. There I was too close to her SP2, the end of it. I don't know what I was thinking or why I would do that, but I was just not bothered about the fight. I just wanted the fight to go smoothly, like just take my time and play like a noob. Wasn't rushing or anything. I was sitting in the truck. So like I was saying, yeah, that's the only reason I really try to get all the, well, finish the fight with the SP3 so I could have all the 100 hits for boss, just in case they needed help. Not because I plan on taking him, because usually I have a magic, but she's unduped, and I'm not going to use a gem on her or stone on her or whatever it is to awaken her, because there's no point really. She's in the basic pool, and if I get her, I get her. If I don't, I don't at this point. So yeah, as you can see, that fight is done. And 4th of July was yesterday, so everybody had some really good pulls. So I guess we'll see what everybody comes out with for the new season. Next site, I will take Sinister. Oh, if you look on the left, you'll see Captain Marvel. She's dead. I will post a video on how that happened and why. And well, I could explain it because this Sinister fight isn't anything really. So I'll post a video on how I died to how I lost Captain Marvel to Iron Man Infinity War. I guess everybody was kind of stuck there on Infinity War, and I decided to go in and use Quake on the node. So I'll post the video at the end so you guys can have a look of the do's and don'ts and how to prepare for the node, because I don't think my alliance was actually prepared for Infinity War as they should have been, or somebody didn't. I have no idea what happened, but I decided to take him. And anyways, I'm just gonna speed this shit up because everybody knows how to fight Sinister by now, and there's nothing special here. If you're using Quake, my motto is just don't get hit. And I'm just gonna Quake Sinister and get this fight over with. Maybe you could enjoy me eating this cucumber. Crunchy, eh? A little noise in the background because I hate Kobam's music. Maybe I should add music to this. But this is one of the random times I'm just gonna enjoy the moment and not worry about the game because it's self-explanatory. Alright, glad that fight's over. Yeah, so if you want more war videos, I'll put a link to Liza's account again under. I think she'll post a video of what happened in her alliance. If you like war videos, there's another one to check out. Or maybe I could post Hector's this time. I don't know. One of the guys probably. See what they did, see who they went up against. And the last fight I'm going to take here would be against Hulkbuster. Now, it's a rank 5 Hulkbuster, so congrats to whoever R5 him if they thought he was R5 worthy. I really don't see the big deal in having him as an R5 champ. Yeah, he got a little bit of a buff, really. But to me, it's not really that, wow, he's a game changer type of buff. So, basically, somebody placed him there and left suicides on or whatever they did. I don't know what they were thinking or why he's on Boss Island, because technically he's like just an easy fight. All you have to do is watch out for his kick. Don't know why men try to kick women anyways. But hey, to each his own. Is cucumber a fruit or vegetable? Either or. This one tastes good. Yeah, Hulkbuster is almost down. So much for the buff. He's still a mare champ that should have been in section 1 rather than on Boss Island. And like I promised you guys, here's how I lost Captain Marvel. Terrible. Jeez. So the node itself, I cannot remember exactly what the node was, but there's a specific name for it. You cannot perform the same action twice, and plus he got an indefinite powerless. Indefinite. No, was it indefinite? No, he loses them for hit. So I cannot remember what that one was called. I should have saved it, but I didn't. I can't remember the node exactly, and the recording doesn't have it, but this is the recording. So basically, I'm just trying my hardest not to perform the same action twice. I missed a few parries. I have no idea what I was thinking letting that SP1 go, but I did. And his health is going down. I think 2 guys took this fight before I took it. One lost Corvus, the other one lost Void. And it's not a simple fight where it's placed, which is actually very good. I was impressed with where that Iron Man was actually placed. I never thought of it, even though I made a few videos last time and I suggested other champs. But Iron Man turned out to be very good on that note, especially if my Alliance team members could actually lose to him using such great champs, R3 and R5. So I'm taking the fight very slow because I read the note and I know that he's going to evade. And I wasn't really bothered about it. I was just trying to be careful because I have to remember which attack I perform last so I can not get evaded. And the fight is very slow. It's one of those fights that when I looked at the time, I was like, wow, only 3 minutes? I lost binary and everything. Got it back. Let go of that SP3. Everything was going good. And then I was looking at his health. Plus, I was looking at the time. I knew I had enough time. Plus, I was trying to focus on my binary. And then decided to go in and try to remember the hits and the combos that I'm performing. That way I don't get caught with an evade. And there I realized I have to give it everything right now. And at 9%, because of his power gain, I just had to try to get him down. And it didn't work out as planned. I'm not boosted. I'm not using any pots right now. And yep, I just got to take what's there or what I got. So basically, that fight ended with Captain Marvel.